What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Mayhem Reacts. I'm your boy Chris with some more music video reactions this time. And this one this week actually comes from a direct message from the band themselves. And so really excited to be doing this one and was really thrilled to get a direct message from a band. So appreciate you guys for reaching out and checking out the channel. Did do several music videos here recently. Falling in Reverse was a big one, very big. Got a loyal fan base that came out in support of the band, kind of called me out on some stuff, pointing me in the direction of some other stuff that I might like even better. So did record another reaction to another requested one from them, which is great. But then I did a couple other bands, one of which was one that I just, for months, I have been obsessed with, and that is 6th Century. And they have a song called Winter Rain. I did that one, and not only did they comment on my post on Facebook, they commented on the YouTube video, and they also shared it on their own Facebook page, which just, I mean, all right, this is a band I've been listening to for, like I said, several months now. They're on my phone. I put it on when I go to the gym and listen to them, and here they are sharing my reaction. So thank you guys for that so very much. And you guys have an extremely loyal fan base and followers as well. And they have chimed in with their words of gratitude and their comments on the video. So I thank all you guys for that. And I believe this reaction, or this band, probably found me through that particular post, and I'm honored that you guys wanted to reach out to me for this. So this one that we've got is called Say It to My Face, from a band called Remember Me. The lead singer actually reached out to me directly and says, hey, look, I'm the lead singer of this band, would love for you to check us out. I said I would, and I am. I'm a man of my word. So anybody who's been watching, you guys know the drill. I'm one of the guys that likes to kind of pause and give commentary along the way instead of letting it play all the way through. One, for copyright strikes or claims or whatever. Don't want any of that. And two, I just like to talk to you guys. I like to have a little interaction. And if you want to watch the video or listen to the music, I think this is just music. I don't think it's a full video. The link for that will be in the description below. Definitely go check them out, support them. Anybody if you like what I'm doing, if you like these bands, if you like these artists, go check them out. I've done rap, I've done rock, I've done a mixture of both. I'm going to be doing more. So definitely go out and support those guys. Like, share, subscribe, all that good fun stuff. And at least go check them out and let them know in the comment section that the Morning Mayhem sent you. I'm sure they would love to hear that. That being said, I have no idea what I'm getting into. I don't know much about them. If they are from that post that 6th Century shared, I'm fairly certain this is going to be a rock song, which is my thing. I mean, I listen to everything, but rock has always kind of been my thing. For those of you that don't know, I'm an internationally award-winning filmmaker, and film is really my thing. But I also used to kind of help manage a band, I guess you could say. I built speaker cabinets and ran the soundboard and helped book shows, and always, ran the sound and did all kinds of promotional stuff for a couple of bands, and was actually looking at doing something career-wise with working with musicians. So anyways, super passionate about music, film, art in general, and I can't wait to check this one out. So this is going to be kind of me giving my interpretation and perspective of what we're hearing. So hope you guys enjoy it. Let's dive into it.
You thought I would stay locked away with your secrets in my tomb. I will rise stronger than before, ready to expose all of you. You thought you could bury me deep in the ground, but here I am digging my way out. I won't be confined.
right, I'm going to go ahead and stop it there and just say, like, right off the bat, I'm already enjoying it very, very much. So, something I was saying about like 6th Century is like their song, it's a new song, but it has very old school vibes in the sense of like early 2000s, maybe, which is, there was heavy stuff. There was soft ballady kind of stuff. There was a mixture of it. There was rap, rock, and fusion. There was a lot going on. To me, it was the last great art renaissance of TV, film, music, fashion, everything, really. The late 90s, early 2000s. And then everything just kind of went to the same. Cars look about the same. Movies are starting to look and sound about the same. There's very few standouts. So one, obviously, that's a sound that I'm familiar with from that time period, because that's when I was rocking out the most and driving, my own car and hanging out with my friends and turning on the radio and jamming to stuff, buying CDs at a CD store, for those of you that remember those. But yeah, so this has a very nostalgic, very kind of similar feel to what I remember from that era. Again, that's one of the things I was saying about 6th Century, is that you don't have to go overboard. You don't have to be afraid of being a potential commercial band like a Nickelback that a lot of people, crap on. But, there's proven formulas out there. You just write a good song, sound good, put everything that you can into the production quality. That's a big pet peeve of mine. Again, I'm not the greatest audiophile, but I am super anal about audio. Like, there were some rap songs that came out back in the day. Lean With It, Rock With It is one that pops in my head. The production quality was absolute garbage. The song was a hit. It's a smash. But the production quality was just god awful. They were peaking and just, it sounded terrible. That being said, I know some bands, like when we were recording, when I say we, the band I was working with, I hooked them up with a guy that had a studio. And of course, it wasn't a professional studio, but it sounded really, really good. And it was the best that we could get for the money we had. And I do say we because I did contribute to that. In fact, my the Morning Mayhem, a show that I come out with weekly that talks about politics, news, and stuff like that, the intro song is by the band that I work with the most. They're not together anymore, but I still love their songs and their music. So that is my intro for that. Go check that out. But all that said, definitely, if you're investing, if you're, independent artist, if you're investing everything you can into your production value and get the absolute best out of it, that to me, that's where you spend your money. Maybe you're playing on I don't know the brands of guitars that aren't that great anymore, but maybe you're playing on like a cheap Fender knockoff or a, Gibson knockoff or something like that instead of the real thing. And, but your production quality is great. That's where you're going to shine. So anyways, enough of that. I don't even know if these guys are signed to a label or anything like that. I just wanted to say that because I really appreciate great production value. Probably one of the best I've ever heard is Porcupine Tree. Look up Porcupine Tree Blackest Eye or Porcupine Tree Trains or just about anything from Porcupine Tree. Fantastic production quality. Anyways, back to these guys. Like I say, so far, really digging what I'm hearing. There's not a lot there yet, but it's nice. It's nice. It's like a nice breeze on a warm day. Let's take it back a little bit and go back to it.
We can find. I'm catching you in your lies, like fireflies in the night. I'll illuminate the truth, leaving you with your own mind. I'm embarrassed. It took me this long to realize I understand you needed me. Here I am, standing my ground, and there you are, giving the runaround.
Okay, I'm going to throw out a band's name that you guys may not be aware of. And I mentioned them last week because there was something about, they were on my mind. I don't know why. the Lord put him on my mind for this. I think there was a band out there called Edema. Edema, Adema. I think that was Jonathan Davis's brother's band. Half brother. Yeah, Jonathan Davis's half brother was the lead singer for Edema. I highly recommend those guys. I really, really enjoy those guys. I remember turning them up on my Alpine radio that I installed in, saying, maybe my Jeep or my Camaro that had basically no headlights or brakes or working gauges. Anyways, I remember cranking out, listening to them nonstop, heading to girlfriends' houses, getting into all kinds of shenanigans I shouldn't have been. But anyways, my point of all that is this. Something I mentioned a couple of weeks ago when I did a review, Falling in Reverse's Ronald. It was yelling, screaming the whole time. I couldn't make out anything that was said. A lot of people said turn on the closed captioning and check it out. Check out some of their other stuff. It's not as heavy and everything. I say that to say that I'm not big into that. If that is your song, if I don't understand what you're saying, if I don't understand the story you're telling, again, I grew up in the South. Country was huge down here. Southern rock was huge down here. And I know it was everywhere, but I mean, especially down here, right? Blues, all this great stuff, and they all told stories. And as a filmmaker, again, I like to tell stories. So listening to a song, if I can't make out anything that's going on, I'm not the biggest fan. Now, Slipknot, early Avenged Sevenfold, like I say, Edema, there was screaming involved, the growling, I know it's the spectrum, so I don't know what necessarily it is. It's not my thing necessarily, but when it's used as like a punctuation, which my understanding, Ronald, the whole song Ronald by Falling in Reverse was nothing but a punctuation in the series of stories, which makes sense if that's what it is. And I just got to understand it better. But here we got that screaming, yelling kind of stuff. And while it kind of made me a little concerned, like, is this what I'm getting into again? It acted as a punctuation. And then he went back to singing, and a great voice, by the way. And there's nothing wrong with it. I just, again, if the whole song is that, it's just not for me. I'm not dissing it. Just, just some things aren't for me. Some things aren't for you. But when it is used as a tool, right? Not every tool needs a power drill. Sometimes a screwdriver works just as well. The same thing goes for, any instruments, any different type of vocals being used. It doesn't always require X. It can sometimes be Y. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Am I being too nerdy right now? But I like it. I like what I'm hearing. And when I heard him jump back in with the singing, if you go back and rewind, I was like, yeah, because I was wanting more of that. I really wanted to see what he was going to do there. I'm going to take it back just a little bit. If I don't scroll down and everything, but I am really, really liking this so far. Really, really liking it. Thank you for sending this to me. I will reach out to you when this goes up, but I'm going to get back to it. Excuse me.
Standing my ground, and there you are giving the runaround. I think you're afraid that I'll put you in your place, and you're too much of a coward to say it to my face. I gave you everything I had. Now I'm pulling out the knife you put in my bag. I think you're afraid that I'll put you in your place, and you're too much of a coward to say it to my face. Say it to my face.
That's pretty.
I'm tired of feeling like this is all my fault. I've admitted my mistakes. Now it's time to admit your wrongs. I get that you're hurt, and I get that you're upset, but there's no reason to do something that you'll regret. It all happened so fast, and it was so out of the blue. And at the end of it all, there was one thing that I realized. I don't need you. Here I am, standing my ground, and there you are giving the runaround. I
Okay. Yeah, getting where are we at? About a minute. We got about a minute left. I do like the tone in the vocals here. I keep saying like I'm talking to him. I love the tone of the vocals. Again, it does remind me a lot of maybe it's not even a demon I'm thinking of. Maybe it's Taproot. There's similarities between those guys that I like. Maybe it's more Taproot I'm thinking of for your vocals. You know what? I think it is. I think I'm thinking about Taproot. Either way, Edema, Taproot, great bands. Go check them out. I like it. The talking, again, that's another one of those things that I think has to be used sparingly. And you did, you know, it was done sparingly here. And, you know, this is a criticism. This is, and you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments below too of the song. A criticism, two criticisms, okay, is on the speaking part. I wish it was more. I wish it was more. I wish it was more present. I wish there was more. I don't know if angst or just emotion was in. I don't know. I feel like it comes a little short of what it should be for the message that it's saying. And it is carrying a decent amount of like music behind it and everything. It needs to set above it in such a way. I would love to hear a little bit more. James Hetfield's a great example. I mean, the dude's got an amazing voice. And when he talks, he just sounds like, oh my God, it's awesome. Please keep talking. But when he talks, I mean, if he talks in a song, which he does in several, he makes love to the mic. He gets all up in there and you hear it, you feel it. And I wish we would have got that there. And the other criticism, I think I said I had two, was that. And then, right here, as we're going back into the chorus, I feel like I'm hearing harmonies. I just don't feel like the second, I don't know how many harmonies there are, 2 or 3. I just feel like it's not super present to, you know, if you know, if you're there, you know, to me, harmonies will take it and lift it, add lift to it, right? So not just volume, but it will set it up above the music even more, make it more present and make it more intense in what's being sung. So so that's something I would have liked to have heard a little bit more of. But again, I think, and I said this before, I think it's a little low the way I've got all this kind of routed and everything. The music itself, I think, is a little low in my out for these headphones. So when I go back and listen to it, I'll probably go, crap, I shouldn't have said all that. It sounds perfect. But that's just what I'm hearing right now. That's just my, 2 cents of a guy that has no ability to hold a note or anything. So we'll go back and listen to that. I'm going to go back 2 clicks here. See if you can hear what I'm talking about. So that's the... And then the growl behind there was good. Very full. Hey, you quiet, you. It's not about you. It's about Remember me. Say it to my face. I mean, I wouldn't be fair if I didn't have some if I had criticisms, if I didn't share it, despite how much I love the song. You know, I wouldn't be truthful and I wouldn't be honest. Now, look, it's kind of like when people do movie reviews for Disney and stuff. The movie sucks. It's just absolutely terrible. But the critic will say, oh, it's the greatest movie that's come out in 2024. Give me more free passes to Disney World, please. I don't want you to keep sending me music just because you know I'm going to give you a good review, or I'm not going to have anything negative at all to say. I'm going to be honest in my reviews. And again, this isn't for the band. This is for anybody watching, obviously. So, you know, if I'm always going to give my 2 cents. And I mean, I laughed through maybe half of Ronald by Falling in Reverse, who is insanely massive in their following and everything. So obviously I was, you know, going against a huge majority of people that love those guys, and I wasn't knocking them or anything. It wasn't for me. And I was very vocal about that. But you know what? The fans, the followers, the supporters of Falling in Reverse came out and they still showed me some love, and understanding that it's not for everybody. So I've got my criticisms. I'm going to share them. That doesn't mean I don't like the song. I really did like this song. I thought it was incredible. I thought there was a super awesome balance between the light, the heavy, the in-between. I thought it was great. The instrumentals were great. Something I've heard in like you guys and Sixth Century, and I'm hearing it in other bands too. God, I can't even think of it in this moment. I don't know. I'm just thinking of like other bands, but a lot of the like, I don't know if it's, I'll just say digital, because I don't know if it comes off of like one of those drum pads or if it's on the computer in the audio software or what, but like the digital drum sound or the digital this sound or whatever that may be carrying it instead of the real drums. But then the real drums kick in and they just add so much more life to everything. And I'm just like, oh, I love it. I love good drums, you know, so I like the balance in that. You guys nailed it. I mean, I thought that was great. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Let them know in the comments below. I know they're going to watch this because they sent it to me. So show them some love. If you liked it, let them know in the comments section below. And again, I will leave the link to their video so you can go check it out yourself without me chiming in with my 2 cents and getting on everybody's nerves and interrupting this awesome song. So love the song. Go check them out. Give them a like, share, subscribe, whatever. Let them know the Morning Mayhem sent you. And guys, we'll see you on the next one.